Hey there, Dr. Neil here. I want to share with you 7 amazing benefits that. Hey there, Dr. Neil here. In this video, I'm going to share with you 7 amazing things that happen when your body is sleeping. Now, when we go to sleep, we know there are dreams and there's different phases that happen, and we dream more in some than others. But as soon as you go to sleep, your body and brain start processing. Hey there, Dr. Neil here. In this video, I'm going to share with you 7 amazing things that happen when you go to sleep. We know there's different sleep phases and you dream some more than others, but as soon as you go to sleep, your body starts processing information from the day. It consolidates information, and scientists know that this is one of the most important components of long-term memory, that time when you're sleeping and your body can process what's happened during the day, again, to contribute toward those longer-term memories. Hormones flood your body. One of the most important ones is melatonin that helps you get to sleep. That's from the pineal gland, which is deep inside your head. Another one is human growth hormone, which for adults is really important in repair and cell replacement. And for kids, it's obviously very important with the actual growth, as the name implies. And the human growth hormone is released from the pituitary gland, also very, very deep inside of our brain there. There's this balance that's always happening between our sympathetic and our parasympathetic nerve systems. They're really components of our overall nerve system. But the sympathetic is the fight or flight nerves. So we were walking our dog, this is a few weeks back, and we were in a field and we could see a shadow kind of over in the distance a ways, and it was coming a little closer and a little closer. And as it was getting closer, you could see it looked sort of like a dog or something like that. And we realized it was a coyote. And it was a little ways off, but it was actually coming toward us. And so as that's happening, what happens, or what do you think would happen, is heart rate starts going up a little bit, breathing starts going a little bit faster, we start getting blood going to our extremities, and so our body's preparing to either fight or run away from that threat. And so we kind of walked quickly and ended up getting to the house a little faster than we would have otherwise probably. And so when we get in the house, then we start calming down again. And that's exactly what should happen. The sympathetic is the emergency response, get out of this threatening situation. Parasympathetic is controlling rest and healing and digestion and those aspects of our nerve system. And so when we start to sleep, the sympathetic nerve system decreases so that the rest and heal and digest nerves have a bigger impact on what's happening in our body. Along with that is that there's a decrease in cortisol, and that's the stress hormone, which again is helpful in those short-term responses to get away from stress. But there's a decrease in cortisol for a lot of the night, and then it actually starts ramping up in the morning again when we're about to wake up, and that's what actually awakens us and gives us that sort of alertness or that sort of feeling that happens in the morning time. This is an interesting one, important too. Now, that when we have REM sleep, our body's actually paralyzed except for our eyes, and so our REM sleep is rapid eye movement. And so you can see someone, if they're in that phase of sleep, their eyes are kind of fluttering around as they're really envisioning their dream, or it's really an intense dream. That's when those happen. But our body stops moving, and scientists think that's because if that didn't happen, that we would actually act out or physically be more apt to move and shift around during those REM dreams that happen, that rapid eye movement dream. So we cycle between REM and non-REM, but when REM is happening, our body is actually paralyzed. Antidiuretic hormone. There's another hormone I mentioned, melatonin. I mentioned cortisol, human growth hormone. But the antidiuretic hormone, what it does is, well, if you know what a diuretic is, that's something that makes you have to go pee. So an antidiuretic stops you from doing that. So that's released so you don't have to pee as much or at all during the night. So it doesn't mean you don't have to at all, but it decreases that desire, that urge to be able to actually get a deeper sleep and sleep through without interruption. The last one is something called cytokine release. So these are biomolecules, biochemical molecules that are released that are really an important part of your immune system. So they are important in infection, inflammation, and healing. And so your body releases tons of those at night, which again contributes to healing and repair as you're sleeping. And since they're connected to your immune system, we know that it's likely that your immune system doesn't work as well unless you're getting adequate sleep, which we know not everyone gets, and sometimes we sacrifice for productivity or scrolling on our phones or looking at screens. But being able to get an adequate amount of sleep is really important for your immune system function as well. The next video I'm going to talk about what happens if you don't get adequate sleep and the negative things that happen, the detrimental things, and there's even some research showing that it shortens the length of lifespan if you're not getting adequate good sleep. But stay tuned and I'll post that one soon.